I've tested over 1,000 home, kitchen, tech, and Shark Tank products to improve my home. But now that we all work from home too, I'm sharing with you 9 gadgets specifically for your desk to make it better, more efficient, and more organized. I don't even have to leave my desk to refill my water. And no, it's not just another recommendation video for my favorite keyboard, mouse, and mouse pad. These are things you haven't seen anyone talk about. 3 of these gadgets are also brand new to me, so I'll see if I think they're worth it. And lastly, I'll keep track of the total price of everything throughout the video. I'm starting with the Ember mug, which I've never tested before. Here is the product straight out of the box, and it looks like it comes with the charging stand right here also to keep it warm, a little manual to learn more about the product, and of course the charger to actually plug it in. So the goal of the Ember mug is to keep your coffee warm as long as you want at your desk throughout the day. So I just finished setting up and connecting the Ember mug right here. It sits on this little stand, which you do have to plug in, but the Ember mug has 80 minutes of battery life when it's not on the stand. So if you just wanted it for about 80 minutes or so, you'd be able to do that without the stand. When it is plugged in, it Bluetooth connects to your phone and it tells you the temperature of whatever you have in the mug. And then you can also set the temperature you want to keep it at. So right now I have it set at 135, but you can adjust anywhere from heater off to 120 all the way up to 145 degrees. I'm going to keep it at 135. That is apparently the ideal temperature. And I do also have a thermometer to double check it. It says that the coffee is currently at 153. When I am using this on the top layer, it's actually dropping pretty quickly. I tried it about 30 seconds ago, but now it's saying the top layer, this is about 135. I think down at the bottom is probably where it's measuring the temperature. And so it's getting a little bit colder at the top here versus the bottom, but it does say it's holding at 152, which I think is probably about right. What I'm gonna do is leave this on the charger throughout the rest of the video, and I'm gonna check on it at the end and see if it's still at the 135 degrees that I set it to. I used to take my headphones and throw them onto my desk when I'm not using them, but I have a much better solution now. Under my desk right here, under my mouse pad, I have this headphone stand attached down here, and you can see it has 2 sides to it, so I can actually hold 2 pairs of headphones if I need to, but it's really easy to just take the headphones and put them onto the stand, and it holds onto there really nicely. And not only that, but the headphone stand also doubles as a charger. It's got 2 USB ports and 1 USB-C port, so if you need to plug something in, you can just take a cord, throw it into one of those slots, and plug in whatever you need to on top of the desk. Now before, I mentioned refilling my water while at my desk. So how does that work? Now hidden under my desk here, I have this 5-gallon water jug, and it connects to this little hose that goes into it. That hose allows me to refill my water throughout the entire day, and then I just have to refill this 5-gallon jug every couple weeks or so. And on top of my desk, you'll see that same hose back here. That connects to a water dispenser. This allows me to just place a cup on top of it, and then it's a 1-tap push for turning on the power of the water dispenser. And after that, I can choose how many milliliters I actually want to fill in the cup. So anywhere from 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, or 1,000 milliliters. And if I just click that button with it set to 300, that is honestly all I have to do to refill my water. It'll automatically fill that cup with 300 milliliters, stopping on its own, and I have the perfect cup of water ready to drink. Now, of course, nobody likes room temperature water, so let's fix that. Now, right next to that water jug, I have an ice maker right here. This thing gets filled up with water, so under the little ice tray right here, you have to fill this up with water every week or 2. Looks like mine is actually running pretty low on water right now. And then once that's filled, all I have to do is click this power button. I actually have a little switch button on it to do it for me whenever I talk to Alexa. It turns on the ice maker in 1 push, and then it creates these little pebble-sized ice cubes. Comes with this scoop to actually grab them. And I take these cubes, grab my cup of water that we just made, fill it up as much as I want to with those cubes, and now I no longer have room temperature water. It's perfectly ice cold, ready to drink. Have you ever wanted a foot massage but didn't want to spend the time and money getting one? I keep this little portable foot massager right next to my desk for whenever I want to use it. It's as simple as clicking the power button, and then it has all sorts of different modes. So you can use the buttons on it to change whether there are rollers on the bottom, whether the side pads kind of squeeze you, whether there's heating in the foot massager, and the intensity of all of those sort of things happening as well. If I take my feet off, you can kind of get a good view of what's actually happening inside of there. So right now those pads are kind of squeezing, so it would be squeezing my foot in there. And then at the same time on the bottom in there are rollers for your feet, so they're actually rolling out your feet into there also. It's honestly the perfect little foot massage for your desk. And then if you want to, you can also use this bar on the back of it. It kind of props open to adjust the height of the foot massager. So maybe you want to adjust at a different height for your feet, or you can actually put your legs, your calves, or your thighs into the massager as well and massage those too. It's kind of a bonus 2-in-1. Quick coffee check-in. We're still at 145 in the app, and the top thermometer is reading about 125, so maybe the bottom is at 145. The top of desks can quickly become unorganized with pens, pencils, little gadgets, fidgets, all those sorts of things. So I've got this desk organizer. On this side, you can hold medicine or, bigger cup-sized items. In the front here, I store some fidgets and a little nasal stick, and in the back, a back scratcher, some pens, pencils, little gadgets. And then on the right, you can also wirelessly charge your phone and use it as a charging stand. Now, over time, a bunch of crumbs and dust kind of gets all over my desk and in my keyboard, so I bought a new gadget to test out for that as well. This is an air duster and vacuum 2-in-1, and it looks like it comes with a bunch of pieces, so you can use a bunch of different attachments, of course the rules, and the actual gadget itself. So let's get this set up and test it out. So it comes with all of these little attachments, which honestly is a bit overwhelming when you first open the box. But this is the main duster and vacuum itself. With this back on right here, it's a duster, and you take it off to turn it into a vacuum, which we'll do second. But first, you want to put a nozzle in this to use it as a duster. So I'm going with this kind of flatter nozzle right here. I think it'll work well for my keyboard. Kind of just squeeze this into there, and then you hold the power button to turn it on. It is a little bit loud, so I will turn it on and just dust for a second without talking. So as that was going, you saw all the little dust particles flying out of my keyboard and all onto my desk right there. And you can still see they're kind of left over all throughout my desk right now, so maybe do this over like a towel or something. But next up, I'm gonna transform it into a vacuum and see if I can now pick up all of those pieces. That was only like 30 seconds of dusting, so that was incredible how well that worked. So you take off the back piece and you put on the vacuum piece onto the back right here, and then of course take off that dusting nozzle, and now it turns into a vacuum that you can use on this side. You also can take one of the attachments and fit it into there to kind of help vacuum up things with it. But let's try this one out now and see if I can pick up all of the crumbs on my desk. I am absolutely floored at how well this worked. This is probably the best desk cleaning gadget I've ever tested. This one is absolutely going to be added to my collection. A high quality AI powered webcam feels so 2024 for Zoom, but it's also incredible. Come check it out. This is the webcam itself. It sits just on the top of my monitor stand right here and plugs in, and you can see it is already moving around, and that's because of the tracking it has, which I'll show you next. So this is the webcam actually open, and you can see on the bottom bar right here that there is a tracking button. If I turn this on, it's actually going to track me and follow my face around. So with that on now, you can see the webcam on the top following me as I move around my room. It literally just tracks exactly where I am, and I don't have to do anything to make that happen. You can of course turn that off if you want to, and then as you move, it won't follow you around. It'll just stay inside of the regular frame, and then you can just adjust where that frame actually is with the little keypad on the window itself. And then it allows you to go all the way up to 4K resolution. You can see that is 3840 by 2160, 4K, or down to as low as 1280p if you want to. Overall, definitely my favorite webcam. I find myself often needing to print just one sheet of paper pretty quickly, so I bought this printer that uses no ink. Here is the printer straight out of the box itself. You can see how compact it actually is. It's a little bit longer than the size of my hand. So the printer does require thermal paper. However, it also comes with one roll of thermal paper, which is already inside there installed for you. And then all you have to do is take it, unfold it, and put it a little bit through the cracks right there to get it started. After that, it connects fully to an app to allow you to print from your phone, or I believe you can do it from a computer as well. And then you can go in, for example, and click images. Then you can select a photo. It does only print in black and white because, as I said, it's no color. Choose light, medium, or dark. We're gonna just go with medium for the first one, and let's try just hitting print and seeing what happens. And this is printing super fast. I mean, it's been probably 5 seconds since I clicked the print button, and you're getting a full-sized printout. Then it looks like you just tear it off at the end. And this is the result. That printed super fast, less than 10 seconds. And honestly, for a black and white image, this thing looks excellent. That was super easy to use. So I think I would definitely use this for quickly printing out receipts that I need, labels for boxes, documents that I need to sign, and quick things like that. But now, of course, let's go back and check on the Ember mug after about an hour of sitting on my desk in 70-degree household. Now, because I wanted to see if the top and the bottom were wildly different temperatures, I actually stirred this already, and the temperature dropped from what it said was 139 before to now it was 122 after I stirred it, and now it's heating it back up. But let's see if the temperature does actually match that 125 now that I did a full stir to check. And honestly, no, the top is still much colder than the bottom. I mean, it is heating up right now, so that could be actively why. But just to double check, I'm also going to taste test this. It doesn't feel boiling hot to me like it did when it was first brewed, but it is still definitely warm. I wish it would keep both the bottom and the top of the mug hot, because it seems like the bottom of the mug is about 10 degrees warmer than the top at all times. Now, all of these gadgets were super practical for your desk, but if you want to see me test some super weird gadgets like this bread pillow right here, click this link and go check that out.